just about ready to get underway. Our next exhibitor is at the gate.
They're trying to prove that they belong here.
They really have their eyes set on that podium, but this pair just hasn't been consistent.
Championship titles are elusive.
This is a difficult field.
It all comes down to this. Here we go.
When years of work come to seconds of action, give yourself every edge. Get rebound technology for faster muscle recovery with ProForce from Nutrena.
If you're looking for a smarter way to ship, look to Unishippers. We've been helping small to medium-sized businesses cut their shipping costs for more than 30 years. You'll get significant savings with UPS and more than 65 LTL freight carriers by leveraging the group buying power of our 90,000 plus customers. Unishippers is a one-stop shop for reliable shipping, significant savings, exceptional personal service, and easy online logistics management. Let Unishippers deliver for you. Call Mark and his team today.
Here at Rod Patrick, we take the fit process very, very seriously because we know the importance in your performance on how you're fit. So come in, let's give you the opportunity, tell me what you're experiencing, tell me what your challenges are, and I know together we're gonna find the right answer and you're gonna be happier than you've ever been with your boots. Come see me, and thank you.
And now, the starting lineups for the Keeping It Real show. From Oak Point, Texas, the Kamikaze Cowboy, the Tokyo Tex, the Sukiyaki Jockey, the MOT, the Man of Trail, Tim Kamara. And from the home of the San Antonio Spurs, the captain of the team, the man with the dream, the man behind the wheel at Keeping It Real, Brad Jewett.
Here we go. What's up, Laurent? I see you, Laurent, in the house.
Hey, Brad. Where's Laurent?
Maybe it's Brad. She's going. I was gonna say COVID ops, but COVID's kind of a bad word these days. But she's coming in under the radar as Laurent. Maybe I don't know. Laurent watches. I feel like he is. I feel like he watches.
Well, he saw Jonathan.
He likes to see his other Canadian brothers up here. What's up, Janice? Jonathan, are you disappointed that it's just Tim and I? Look at all the eye candy you got in front of you right now, man. Yeah, making sure you're great again. And we got our newest sponsor, the Dixie National Quarter Horse Show. We thank you very much for coming on board with the Keeping It Real show. Making trail great again. Mataga, not MAGA, Mataga.
Mataga, no kidding. Where are you, Brad? Bradford's at his home, man. Can't you tell?
I'm at home.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Janice.
Oh, Janice said that. I thought she said, "What's up?" I can't read it from quite this far away. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Keeping It Real show. We have got a fun show again tonight for you. We got such rave reviews on our show the other night. We brought to you, if you missed it, we brought to you the top 5 runs of the senior trail finals. That was really fun to kind of pick them apart. We kind of got to talk a little bit more than what they would do on the live feed, whenever you do the commentary, we got to keep it pretty positive there when we do that, and not allowed to score. We already know what the scores are. We already know everything that's going on, so we just kind of open it up and rewind things and move things forward and do whatever we want to do here on the Keeping It Real show. So we get to have a good time with that. Before we move on to that, though, Tim and I want to let you know, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but we have some very exciting news. Today, we're getting one step closer to our app. We are so excited that we don't have to deal with anybody else but Brad and Tim. So what I'm saying is keep an eye open. It's not ready yet, but it's really close. We will be asking everybody to download. It's going to be called the Horse Show Network. As you can see, the commercial that comes up at the beginning of the show here, it's called the Horse Show Network, and we'll give you the link here when we go live with it. But again, it'll be very soon. But we ask that everybody download it because that's where we will be taking all of our shows to that app. There will be notifications for you when our show goes live that you'll get a notification for it. And we will run our shows, our first shows live there free as well for everybody to watch. And so I'm just giving everybody a heads up because I know not everybody can watch live every night and you can't go back and watch it all the time. So we're going to be saying that a lot, that when you see this app come up, we want everybody to download it. It's going to be the Keeping It Real show. Of course, it's also going to be horse training tips, tricks, and educational. It'll also be Tara's Maintain on that. Different subscriptions that you'll be able to do for sure when you get there. But that is the way you're going to be able to watch the Keeping It Real show. And we have complete control of it because it is our app. Thank you, sponsors, for putting forth and those that have donated to the Keeping It Real show to help us move forward with this technology. So, Tim, what would you like to say, man? Because I know I have completely covered the microphone so far.
Well, how about Kona? Kona went downtown today. He went down to Fort Worth to the Kimes Ranch shop, right? Shop, is that what it's
Nice.
called? Right. So he got to go down to the stockyards today, and him and Kylene's down with him, and I thought that was interesting. I didn't get to talk to him while they got home because we crossed paths. He's at Lena's tonight. I'm at Tina's, and we're doing the shows from here. But NFR is right in our back door.
Right
It's
around
happening.
the corner. Right around the corner.
So, I'm just going to say, if Charles, if you're out there still, the first night of the NFR, that's the folklore story, right? That's the night that I killed the Jeep.
So yeah, Canizaro brothers, if you see this, be expecting a phone call because we may have Canizaro triplets part 2 as soon
I'm
as
just
tomorrow.
saying that if you ever heard the Jeep story, you never heard these Jeep story because you never heard from my version, okay? You heard Charles' version. Now you need to hear my version of that story, okay? And I always remember because it's the first night of the NFR when it happened, and NFR starts on Friday night, so perhaps tomorrow I get to tell it. So keep informed.
Stay
that's-
tuned. Stay
so-
tuned.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I apologize in advance. I think, Tim, are you feeling pretty good?
Better, yeah. My foot still, my Achilles hurts a little bit.
All right, we need Leslie. Leslie.
I know. I was gonna fly him out here, but Friday I gotta go to Ocala, so I gotta fly out. So
Ocala. Are
Yeah,
you going
we're
to
doing
that show down there, huh?
clinic. I got a clinic for 2 days, and then come back, and then Monday night, hopefully I get to Arlington. So that's what I'm hoping.
Very good.
It's all good. It's all good. Maybe I can do the show from there.
Yeah, so I apologize in advance for any coughs or sneezes. I am getting better for sure. I had a good day today, but still just some sinusy stuff. So I still got a little sneezing going on from time to time. So I apologize in advance, but I've got a mute button right here that's really handy that I can use.
How about? Can I talk about if you want to go toward the junior class? Can I talk
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. Let's bring it up. Did you ever get hey Bobby Smith?
Hi, Bobby Smith.
Did you did you get a pattern set up that we could show everybody?
Yep, I sent it to Kona. Look, can I just talk? Well, yeah, throw it up there, Kona, if you want.
Yeah, I'd love for you to talk about it.
I guess I won't cough in my elbow. So let me just tell you the history of this course, and I don't know if I've said it once or I might have said it during the commentary. Gino Spagnola, props to you allowing me. That's the first class I got ever in my lifetime commentate the class that I drew for, and that was such an honor.
Really?
An
That was your first time to commentate?
Yeah, ever, because I'm always on the ground. I was always in the
Go
So-
Bucks. Go Bucks,
Yeah.
Jed Paul. Go Bucks.
So for sure, it was really interesting. Gino, he's the Thunder, right? And I was following him, and he had a lot of good information on each horse. And but I'm going to go back to the history of this course, okay? I really like this course. I mean, when I drew this course, I used it 3 times. I've used it for the select finals, amateur finals, and junior trail horse finals. And when I drew this course, a lot of different things I had in mind, okay? I had Cynthia Campbellberry on the other day, and we have the T side pass, okay? I had a video of her doing it, and it was so interesting because it was so small when she did. I mean, it was probably half the size of the gap when she did it on video, and I gave these guys plenty of room, not a lot, but plenty of room to do this obstacle. So in my mind, as I drew this course, I knew to myself, this T side pass has to be the component of this course that everyone gets to see, no matter if you're on the left side of the arena, right side of the arena, and then your judge's view, okay? So that's, usually I end you on the outside of the pattern somewhere, but this time I put you dead center of the arena to have all the eyes watching you, okay? That was my intent. Then the other parts of it, definitely the long line of 10 poles. I've had 6, 7 poles. I never had 10, And then, of course, I was meaner to the junior and amateurs where I put the social distancing poles, which was, when we get to that video, that one video we'll show before we start, it's a hot mess to look at those poles. My friend Jess sent me a picture today, and he was pretty rambunctious, and he now has some striped poles like that. I was pretty impressed with that. He sent the picture to me while we were in our meeting, and he has 3 or 4. I think I don't know if I should ask him, but you're on, Jess, tonight. Did he black tape? They have yellow poles and black tape them, or did you really paint those stripes? I was curious. But the social distancing poles, when I watch those guys school this obstacle, pain in the ass, right? Just it's because you're moving and those stripes aren't moving. It's a visual nightmare because it's hard to see. The water box, you know, in my heart, I would love to put water in that water box, you know. They thought it wasn't very safe for me this year, so I left it empty, okay? I was told to leave it empty. The bridge, love my bridge work here, you know. Every obstacle here, and I said this on the commentary, did its job. Everyone had, I mean, maybe that back through did more than I thought, okay? That low pole did it shoot because they were struggling with that distance. And maybe it was longer than 24. I put 2 poles down when I measured the first time. In my heart, I thought it was 24. And obviously it didn't feel like that after I watched 5 or 6 horses doing it. But, you know, the amateur finals were before the junior finals, and it was the same exact course. And if I was somebody, I would have looked at it or remeasured or told me to remeasure it, but no one ever said nothing. So I left it just the same. Look at every element here. We start with the jog to walk walkovers, number 1. Let's just go through them real quick. Those walkovers, pain in the butt, single, double, double, single, single, double, double. That obstacle is usually the last obstacle in a pattern. That's usually the money that's the money obstacle at the very end. Can you slow your heartbeat down? Now you've got to not gain penalty points and try to survive that line of walkovers. And they were not super elevated, but they were elevated enough to have some bite on them, okay? I think I double blocked all the singles. Then right away you had to do this jog, 3 poles turn, 3 poles turn, 3 poles turn. I love that obstacle. The more I see that obstacle, the more I loved it because it fools you. It fools you because you're tending to want to turn early and you don't get your footwork squared off to that second set or the third set. And then it kind of puts you in a predicament if you just go for it. So there's people hitting that obstacle. And then right away you had to shape for that left lead lope. And you didn't have a great straight angle to that diagonal. You had to kind of develop it. And so you go for the diagonals. I watch them go 1 to 2. And then it was like 6 strides around that turn to the next set of diagonals. And there was some action right there too. You know, if you went too far, went too close, it really screwed you up a little bit. And then finally, after that second diagonals, that long distance to that single pole in that chute, that was that was a little tricky for maybe 2/3 of the pattern. No, I don't know. 40%, I say 40%, had a little trouble getting that distance, that pole. Then the water box was in there. So after they got over that one pole and they're stretching out and they get a little wacko, then it was a little tricky just to get stopped, actually. It was a lot of action in that. The back through itself was big, okay? Water box was in the corner. The jog serpentine, if you're good with your footwork, you'll nail it. But, you know, I said this on the telecast, I had the plant on the last jog serpentine, and until I saw them coming at me, I didn't get it. But like that, if you're not in the middle of those obstacles, that plant sticks out where your horse's nose wants to go, and so you can struggle if you're a little late on that serpentine. The bridge, love the bridge. The right lead lope off, you're kind of cantering a little bit, but there was only like 24 feet in there. Now I saw Chad get 3 strides in. I see a lot of there. I thought it was a 2, and you got to go. And a lot of people like to have 1, 2, 3, jump, jump, jump. Okay, so there was action on that.
Well, I wouldn't think you'd want to get behind there. You know?
Right, for sure, right?
I would much rather be up, and I mean with that many poles in succession like that, I'd much rather want to be up and
because you'd have to chase through there. Right?
Yeah.
And then after all that hot mess, that 10-pole line, then you got to break to the walk. You can't stop. You're forced to break to the walk, and you got to shove your horse in that water box, which most of them seem like had that under control. Then jog, break to the walk in the box, walk in. I think it's turn either way, each way first, and then the dreads T side pass. But I said like every obstacle, maybe the box was the most place where you got comfortable because they were really good at the box. But of the, let's say 10 of those obstacles, it wasn't one area that they were all struggling like that lope, that shoot. Some struggled on the long line lope. Some did the walks, some did the trots, some did the T side pass, some did the serpentine. But there was multiple areas where they were having trouble at. The most area was the double diagonals and that lope and that shoot. But that's what a course ought to do. So I'm just saying that's my perspective of my pattern. And I really like this pattern. I mean, in my heart, I said, in a weird way, it was station to station, like old school, but every station had energy on it that you had to try to figure out the riddle of it. So
yeah, because when you look at this pattern, and you can put the camera back up, Kona, if you want, but when you look at this pattern, it looks like what's that, maybe 3-minute pattern.
Yeah, three.
I mean, there's not many poles. I mean, it's just
it doesn't look that hard.
And I think Gino even said that on the broadcast. He walked in, he's like, man, I could have done this pattern. When he walked in and just saw the poles laying out there, right? When you're looking at it from up top, like, oh yeah, I could have done that. That's right. And then after he started doing the commentary, he's like, that was a lot more daunting than what it looked like when you walked in.
Yeah, like they're clumps. They're clusters of poles is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a cluster. I learned that term last night. So.
Cluster.
How about Kona? How about showing us that video of us building that course real fast? You want to do that, and then we'll start doing some. How's that?
Let's do it.
You have that one? Yep. There you go. What do you mean video not now? Kona Cam 2. Sorry about that, Kona. I tricked you. So this Select World Finals, or if it's the day of the amateur finals, I think it's the amateur finals. So there's a distancing. Couple diagonals. And my favorite part's coming up is when he puts the drone, he's got the drone going on now. He puts the drone on the social distancing poles, making it look like the horse sees and what the rider sees going down the line. Here, a little off the pattern. Here they are. This is just a hot mess looking at that. That guy's a hot mess too. Great job cameraing, Konagam. Kylene. Are we back? Don't tell me you lost me.
I was muted, sorry. Do you remember the candy cane poles that I did?
Yeah.
Did you steal my idea from that?
It's
for that?
Great. Well, I saw your candy cane poles, correct, and I saw the tape at Walmart and Lowe's. And I told Robert exactly what I was looking for. I said, and I think it was Youth World we used them first, but it's messy when they're like, if there's singles out different areas, it's not so bad. It is bad, but not so bad. But when they're in a straight line and those spirals, they your eyes move a little bit to the right.
For sure.
Yeah. So not so nice for me, but that's me being mean. How about let's judge one? Or let's watch
do it. Let's start with our 5th place horse, and that is Brent Maxwell. And do you have the horse's name there? I don't have the list in front of me.
Don't doubt I'm cool.
There we go.
Doubt I'm cool.
How about throwing the little trot in there before the walks, huh?
Right. So you couldn't set yourself up. You had kind of go for it. Just another little piece of that bite of that obstacle, right?
Yep.
Oh, see that one's double blocked right there. Yep. Last one's double blocked.
I like that horse's expression a lot going over those.
Eyes and ears for sure, all day long.
I watched this one on your cast, and I thought, I wasn't there live, but I watched it on the screen, and I, of course, couldn't hear every tick or whatever. I thought this one was stellar, like coming in. Like I just love this thing's, profile is always big for me, but how it wears its ears, it's just like right in rhythm. Look at that. Met it right in rhythm on that diagonal. Hand down, just 1, 2, right to the pole. And then he does the same thing here. I think he does 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You did 6. But I mean, right timing, swings around here, and I'm like, this guy could be the winner right here. And then,
comes that pole split.
Split.
Is it front back?
Split. Front and back. Penalty one. Yeah. But man, don't take away that. I think that's plus 1.5 on those diagonals like that. I mean, you see how many problems people were having in that diagonal getting from one to the other. Yep. I mean, he made that look so easy. But still, I mean, he's 5th with 2 split poles.
Yep.
This is slick too.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What a great camera angle! That's like picture perfect serpentine in my opinion.
Right. So you like this horse. So even though he had that double split, you're still with him, you know, as a judge.
For sure. I want you to talk about this obstacle a lot more too, because that is something we don't see a lot.
Kona,
stop it a second, Kona.
Yeah.
Kona, come on, man. Stay up with the times, Kona. Let's do it. Back up, Kona.
8 seconds before the bridge.
Because this, like, what's the plan? You got 2 steps on or 3 before you get on?
So here it goes like this, okay? 1, it's jog to walk. You can't stop. You got to break to the walk. 2, that pole's double elevated, okay? The entrance pole. 6 foot to the bridge. Then I got 6 foot to the single step, and then I think it's 4 foot off the back end of that bridge. So it's a 3 to a single, 2 steps, and then get off the bridge.
Okay.
So I set him up to get some rhythm. You know, you do 1, 2, 3 on the bridge. 1, 2, 3 single. 1, 2 off.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Roll it until he gets off the bridge, Kona, before he lopes off, please, and then stop it. 1, 2, 3 up. 1, 2 in.
It's 4.
1, 2 off.
Okay, stop.
He did
4.
What's that?
4 single 4. Yeah. So 2 things here. Let me just explain my deal. 1, when I get that pole too close to the bridge, it's hard for the judges to see. That's why I pulled it back another 2 feet like that.
Yeah.
And 2, I wanted you to have a fair chance at the poles on the bridge. How about that? How about that block that's on the second pole of the bridge? I guarantee you that's a wiggly little pole.
Well,
that's on that.
Well, and we saw that. We saw a lot of them stepping on it and knocking it off the little wobbly blocks there that you got.
Well, that's another little mystery of that pole, you know, mystery of that like you can't touch that pole or it's going to fall over easily.
For sure. Okay, Kona, let's roll. So I really like this. Like he lands, steps, and lopes, and I mean, again, finds it. 1.
Yep.
2. We got to pause. Are you rolling? Oh, wait. Can we rewind that?
Let him get off the bridge, Kona. Back it up till he's on top of the bridge and then come off the bridge and let it go.
Keep going.
Back up one more spot. No, yeah, right here. So watch him come off that bridge really true, and then he shapes and goes.
I mean, he does now. I mean, it's just like step 1, 2, foot, ask, and go. 1, 2, and boom. Like that's, again, like I don't know how you could ask for it any different or any better than that.
You know, when we were commentating, they're going away from us a little bit, so it's a little hard to see that. But what great profile on that one.
Yeah.
Being brave right here, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, or is it playing or is it paused? It's paused on my screen.
Yeah.
But on the live feed, it's good. But still, good cadence through the water box. How big was your box?
6.
6, really? It's turning both ways. Wow.
Well, maybe it's 7. Look at where it's on the stripe of the pole.
I feel like it's 7.
It's 7. I let him turn in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I let him show it.
Like I thought I was okay with my 3-year-old, but man, I better go back home or back to work on it. Single walk pole. Stop. T side pass, baby. You feel like he's rushed there, or is he good?
It's medium, okay? It feels a hair like you're scooting around, like you're two-tracking a little bit,
Yeah.
you know, where I maybe would like that cadence to be a hair slower, you know, but I'd still be positive for being assertive.
I mean, that had so many plus 1.5s in it, in my opinion.
I mean, that's a great one to judge, right?
I could totally see how he was fifth with those two splits. I mean,
for sure.
Brent, great job, man.
Yeah, good job, Brent.
Beautiful run. I don't even know that horse, to be honest with you. I don't. Okay. Who do we have up that ended up fourth?
Martin. Bees in a Trap.
Fires it on out there. And again, not allowed to stop, right?
Yeah. So did Martin win the green, or did he win the level 2, or what did he win?
Level 2.
Level 2. This is Deanna's horse too?
Yeah, this mare had a great horse show. And Deanna. Katie tied to win the Western Riding on her.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Very nice. I like how he got it really straight there. I saw some try to cut that and not get squared up.
That's what I'm saying. If you cut that corner too early, it's hard to get your footwork right. They've done a great job training this horse.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of likes his job, or she does, sorry. It's a mare.
He pushed on into there. I don't know where he went to in the draw, but I mean, he saw that and he pushed it on up for that 4. He wasn't going to let it sit and get 4.5.
But I've seen this horse do that, meaning like it could lengthen its stride and then come right back.
Oh yeah. I trained this mare's mother, and that mare always wanted to come back.
Yeah.
Like to every pole, you could definitely just allow a really good serpentine there too.
Yep. So this way, I feel like you get a little bit of motion.
Yeah, I think he had a little
right there.
Yeah, double step on that walk in.
Yeah, he hit it and he double stepped the back.
Yep. Yep. He's got the drapes stuck out there now, don't he?
Yeah.
Way to go, Martin.
You know, another thing about this pattern too is I think you can make a mistake, a small one, and still do on this pattern, right?
Yeah, 'cause we're seeing that, right? With these,
we're struggling this day to try to handle it. Like it's one of those don't quit riding kind of things, right?
Yep. Well, it has so many degrees of difficulty. I mean, look at what Sarah Simons, I think, ended up maybe 6th.
Yeah.
Or 7th, something like that, and she was real long with that shoot. She had issues on that, but she plussed everything else so great on that great gelding.
And like on this obstacle in my heart, I really wanted to block the inside of this thing, but you know,
maybe for the senior.
Yeah, but being a nice guy, I left him open. But it allowed them to show it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, he was flirting with those front feet, wasn't he, a little bit? But, I mean, great job, Martin. I mean, you knew where you were at, dude.
The other night, right? It was
Yep.
inches, right? It could be an inch.
Yes.
Who was it the other night that was just almost, or it was Colton, right? Colton was an inch away from that side pass pole, but he just didn't do anything wrong, and he got around that pole, right?
Yeah, his front foot on that block.
Yeah. So, wow, impressive young man. Do we need to do a commercial or anything, and then come back and do the last three? Are we good? Can we go?
Yeah. You know what? Let's run the Horse Show Network ad again, because while we're at a break and we've got a good group here again watching, I want to remind everybody we're coming up with an app, and this app is going to be the only way to watch the Keeping It Real show. And then of course we're going to have some training videos from not just me and Tim and the clinics that we do, but with other folks on there as well. And so it's going to be the way to be able to watch our show and also be able to get some other cool stuff involved with it. There'll be ways to be able to chat, communicate while we're at the horse shows through the app with the people that are at the horse show if you need to. Lots of different opportunities. And of course, we own the app. We've created the app. And so there's other things that we're going to be adding to it as time goes on. It is called the Horse Show Network for a reason. So, yeah, why don't we run that little spot for it again, Kona? I know you guys have seen it before, but I want you to get familiar with the logo, because when you go onto your app store, the Google Play Store, that's what you're going to be looking for when you download it. So, Kona, run that spot one more time, please. There it is. You see the Horse Show Network. You can see it right here between Tim and I right here. That's our logo right there. Other way, Tim. Oh man, we're so backwards here. Anyway, I can't have I said I'm excited about it yet, because it's really going to be awesome to be able to finally get this thing rolling. You know, and you see there's other people on there that have, Terry Cross did some videos for us. There's other people that are going to be doing some other training tips and tricks and videos and stuff that we're going to be having on there as well. So there was something else I was going to say, and it's completely got away from my mind.
You see that Terry says, I love your patriotism, you know, got my America First shirt on tonight.
You are a patriot, man. No lie, we like that. We like that.
So
And
Kona and Kylie was driving the other day to Vollmerville, right? And they were telling me the story, and they were doing the GPS thing, and when they got to our driveway, they looked one direction and was going to go in the wrong one, and then they saw the Trump flags on this side, and they said, "No, that's Trump inside."
That's good.
So it's all good. I thought it was a good story.
Chris, real quick ask, when will the app be ready? We will let you know here. We had a meeting this morning with the developer, and it may be ready to start downloading as soon as a week from now, but we've got to do some testing. We want to be sure that, before we send it out, that it has everything that it needs. But I promise you, we won't let anybody go without being able to download the app, because obviously we want people to be able to watch the show. So we'll let you know. We'll put a link on here. We'll probably put it on Facebook too, where to download and how to download the app. So just stay tuned to all our social media accounts, and we'll keep you up to date. Ready to keep rocking?
And then like our Facebook, right? Like our page will tell them when our shows are at and go to the app, right? It has a link to our app all the time.
Well, and if you missed at the beginning of the show, our app will have obviously notifications that if your notifications are on, it'll tell you when the Keeping It Real show is going live. And all you'll have to do is just, go to that notification. It'll take you to the app, and you will be right there on the show with us. So there you go.
Let's go. How about that?
Okay, who we have in third place, Tim?
made in Detroit.
Brad, this is a 3-year-old, everybody. I actually feel proud. I got to brag. I beat this horse in Arizona in the 3-year-old. But I mean, I don't know that my mare would have been ready for this one-handed. Maybe she would, maybe she wouldn't. But I mean, this is pretty special to take home a trophy on your 3-year-old in the trail. That's pretty awesome. And I mean, he's got this thing thrown out there. 1, 2, 1, 2, very smooth. Steers really good. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
I mean, he's sending it on up there too, didn't he?
Yep.
I mean, it's like a senior horse. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We saw the other two do it in 6. He did it in 5. I saw it done in 3 once. Little wiggly in there, but send it on up into there. I would say if you were later in the draw in this pattern, that it would have helped. Because there was a lot of people having issue with coming off of that diagonal. And pause that for a second, Kona. Because Tim, you and I talked about this. You know, you've met how many? 3, 6, 9, 12 poles at a diagonal, right? Before you get faced up to that straight pole. And so you're coming off at that diagonal. And how many feet did you have between the diagonal and that?
24.
24. And so if you sat back, and I think Sarah on one horse, she added the step because she had issue on that going into the chute on 2 of her horses. And so on the last one, she just kind of sat back, chipped it, and added and put 5 in there. But I think if you got to watch some of the others, you rode up into that chute. You're like, I'm not even taking a chance of not riding up into that chute and doing 4 strides there.
Another part is how you come off that diagonals. If you're high on that outside, the distance at 24 starts to move, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I marked it off on that one spot, if you're shorter, and I think you're on the wrong side of that distance opens up even more. But you watch all 5 horses, that they have to reach for that pole a little bit, which is a good thing. You should be able to stretch that lope out.
Absolutely.
And that chute's big. So
I think on the commentary you were saying it's harder when it's bigger sometimes, right?
Yeah, because you got to stay in the center of that thing. There's nothing to hold you, right?
Yep.
That's what I like about it. I think it's easier for the judges to see. And if I wouldn't want it to be fast, but I would love it to be in cadence with the rest of your
look, and I remember when Martin was coming back up in here too. He sent his up in there too, stopped good, came back right through the center. I mean, that's the important part, and Brent did too on the one that we have watched. But I think it's going to be very glaring. You can go ahead and keep rolling that if you want, Kona. It's very glaring if you back up and you're like really heavy to one side, right?
Right. But I think that's how you plus that obstacle looking in the center of that thing, right?
Yep. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this would be daunting on my 3-year-old. And you saw it kind of look there a little bit, but he lined it out, kept going. He had 2.
Yep.
Man, that's a lot of poles, Tim.
I hear you. But that's, when I drew this course, I had that intention, can you sustain that 6-foot stride for that long?
So why is Brad getting all up there like that?
Yeah,
Can you explain that? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's encouragement, but I think that's over, what we call it, over, what's the word on that?
Exaggerated.
Yeah, exactly. It's a term we have now.
I mean, maybe he was looking at the water, thinking there was water in there or something, and so he just encouraged it to step up a little bit stronger or something. It surprised me when he did it because there's no poles or anything there, right? It's just walking through water boxes.
Obviously, we need to have a
he hit that. Did you see
Back
that?
it up. Back it up.
I didn't catch that before. Back up. Again, this is keeping it real, ladies and gentlemen. Keep going.
More.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So the first pole and the first turn go together. The first pole and the first turn, then the second turn and the pole going out.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought it was all one. So he backed it up here. He slid that pole. I did not even catch that when I was watching it before. Like you said, there's so many degrees of difficulty here.
Right.
You know, that you can overcome little mistakes like that, and it just shows you the quality of horses that we're seeing. Excuse me.
You know, they're talking about that sitting up over the saddle. You know, I think you can rise a little bit. You know, what you don't see that much of, well, we'll keep going, is that you could rise a little bit to get that horse to lift off that ground. He was lifting pretty hard. But, like, you know, Chad's coming up pretty soon, and, like, he likes to shake and bake a lot, right? But, like, on his single trots, not as much. He swung his leg on the last pole when we get to him.
Yeah, and I think that's what Linda's talking about. They're not doing it as much as they used to. You know, like it used to be way more exaggerated, because that was one thing. Well, and we'll get to Chad here in a second, but I thought he showed that one different than what I'd seen too. But again, we'll get to that one when we get to that one. But
okay, let's go to Michael Hoyt. I'm excited to watch Michael.
Yeah, this was I don't know. Was it a sleeper? Was it a catch ride?
That's what I was wondering too. Mallory owns it.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen him. I think Andrea Kale was showing this one in Arizona when I was there.
What a nice horse, and multiple people can ride this horse, right?
Yeah, exactly. Super nice horse. I again, when I saw this go, I was like, I
Michael
couldn't.
got you where you started to like him, and you're like, wow, this is good. Like he came to you, you know. Like first it didn't like pop at you, but then got off the walks, get in the trot, you're in. You're like, oh yeah, let's play. Let's judge this one.
Yep.
Just staying out of trouble, being real polite. Oops.
Yep. Mute your phone, Tim.
No kidding. Tell Tina Bulmer not to call.
At least it didn't say your girlfriend's calling. Met all those trots really nice, really square. Right into his left lead, right in rhythm.
Diagonal. Beautiful. I was real happy for Michael, man.
You and me both. You know. He's so good at this event.
And he's done for a long time, you know.
Like he took a little tighter angle there, made it work great. That horse just trusted him. Like you say, what a great horse. If this is a catch ride or not, I don't know. But I mean, however he did it, he trusted this thing and it worked out good. Nice. Very nice. And that one didn't look like he had to reach.
Right.
Quite as much as what the others had to reach to get in there.
But, I mean, Kona, stop it for a second. Okay, I mean, he's gone through half the course right now and out of trouble. Everything's very polite, right? This guy, he's got going on. Like, stay out of trouble and do your job, right? This is this is a go that you want to judge. I mean, I'm inspired for him as this moment. I said, come on, Michael, make this happen, right?
Yep.
Okay, keep going.
Well, and I think that's going to be the theme as we're watching these top 2 horses, because we saw 3rd, 4th, and 5th have issues somewhere. Again, the rest was bionic, but just little issues on one obstacle. Again, just staying steady, Eddie, hitting all his marks. Horse just willing and soft.
I mean, what a nice group of junior horses, right? You know?
It's 1, 2, 1, 2. Look at this step over that. Just no hesitation in it, no rush. I like the horse kind of peeked there and looked at the water box, but didn't, you know.
You want to be attentive. You want them to at least look at, like, don't be dull to it.
You know, pause it for a second, Kona, because I want to talk about his right lead lopes, because it just came up, because it was a little jumpy when we were watching it before. And so that horse, it chipped just a little bit going into those right lead lopes, but those right lead lopes, that horse has such a great stride right there. It just floated so pretty. And I mean, I don't know if you want to see that again or not, Tim, but I mean,
Yeah, back it up. Back it up.
back it up to his right, coming off of that bridge again, Kona, because it was, I mean, I don't know that you can lope a setup right lead lopes in that straight line, same cadence. That horse just using every bit of himself so pretty. I mean, it was just like ba-doom, ba-doom, little chip, but then he's like, okay, just let me lope. Meeting in the gaps every single time the same way. You know, didn't have one gap that you're like, oh, you better push it a little bit. You know, it's like
Right.
every gap, just the same reach of his legs, the same push of his hock, just super nice. Going to turn right first. At this point, Tim, when you're having this kind of go, are you still going for it? Or are you like, okay, we're like.
Well, I think you need to slow your heart rate down, because that next obstacle after this is the money one to finish you off.
The side pass, yeah.
You know, I'd get out of that box. You got 12, 18 feet to get to that pole. Just get your ass out of that box.
Yeah.
Get yourself over this pole. Don't make a mistake now.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be rushing the side pass. I'd be kind of cautious, right?
Well, but look at how much space he has between his front feet and that pole, his back feet and that pole. You know what I mean? Like, as a judge, you're going, well, I don't see like there's going to be any issues here whatsoever. There's no jockeying that's going to have to be done. It's just like, hey, as long as he keeps going.
Side passes. I like that.
Yeah.
The
And
only thing I'm gonna tell you,
you only had to go halfway up that pole, right? But he went all the way
Yes.
up.
yes. Only thing is, I think he hits with his back leg on the pole going out. I
It
think
must have been just a little tick.
just a last
I didn't
leg.
see anything move.
Yeah, no, right here when he steps off this pole. Look
Oh, gotcha.
at that one right there.
Slick run. Really, really nice run.
Great job, Michael. Great job. You know that, kind of like him and Colton, right? Your time is now. You have to be in the right place at the right time
Yeah.
and go show, right? Great for
Yeah.
those two boys, right? I was very proud of both of them. So you want them to do well, right?
Absolutely. All right, here we go.
Florida, Georgia line. Mr.
Florida,
Chapman.
Georgia line. My,
What
my
a great
favorite
owner,
traffic
Miss
street.
Ruth.
What's that?
She's a great owner, Miss Ruth, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Who owns this horse? Super nice lady. Super nice lady. And then Chad, our friend Chad. Let's see what he's going to do here. Like, I don't think they get a swing very much on these walks because you're so, like, in tune to them.
Yeah.
Like when it's only 3 or 4 poles or 1 pole, those guys get to swing hard. Like I said, like the trots, he kind of does a little bit until the last set's the one that I think he does a lot. Last pole, last leg is the one where, like, I would give him some of this, but when he swings his back right leg off this last pole, that's the one I don't like.
Right there.
Yeah, when he does that little hook. I said, own it, man. You got it. I think that's just nerves a little bit. But you know what? You always have to give Chad props. You know, what a great rider. How he looks on a horse. I really love how he shows a horse.
Yeah. Well, this horse is as soft as I'd ever seen him in these lopes, like where his legs hitting the ground. He's just easing his way through the course. As pretty as I've ever seen this horse go.
He gets in, you know.
Yeah, it makes you feel like Chad's knows exactly where he's at. The horse is comfortable right where he's at. There's no crap moments, you know. And he just had to push just a little bit into that chute, you know.
But he corrected. He knew he was inside a little bit, so he pushed his hip to the left a little bit and gone back in the center of that thing.
He didn't hesitate. I mean, he stepped right up there, out of that chute, right into the serpentine. So he went a little wide on that second one, but worked it out.
Like, look at that serpentine where he doesn't have to wiggle his butt so much. You know how he swings that leg back all the time when he does the straight ones?
It drives me nuts when my kids do that wiggle stuff. Like, just
sit.
Keep your horse square. Steer and go square to the pole. Don't wiggle. Added a little chippy in there, but worked out.
This is the one right here where he gets a 3 on this one. This is the only little piece. Like go for it. Don't don't stab that pole.
Right.
But then he puts it to work after that. Like, I'm in. I got this.
Again, these top 2 horses here, we're seeing this just really stellar. Once they get in and they're just locking in, they can just show how easy it is. The degree of difficulty, yet the precision is awesome.
You know, I think what's really educational, you know, I got to commentate this twice now, and just to see it where I know what's going to happen now and how to talk, and you with me judging with this, what a great tool. I mean, just it reminds me of doing the commentary, but some people will never get to see it this way, hear what we see, and then get to back it up. I love it when we get to back it up.
Yeah.
That's keeping it real, though. You know?
It is, exactly. Well, and you know that's what all these guys have done when they've watched their videos over and over again.
Right.
Because it is so much, like you've already said, it's just a game of inches.
Yeah. But again, I'm going to tell you, these traders have got these horses so broke. Look at Brad's horse as a 3-year-old. Look at Chad right here. You know, Martin, all these guys.
Yeah.
What great stock. Sarah's horse is a great horse. I mean, I saw these guys. I mean, it surprised me that they had some troubles along the way, maybe that dumb distance and sometimes the diagonals. But man, like I'm doing Gold Coast, Gulf Coast patterns, Fox Lee, Las Vegas. Man, I don't even know where to go half the time. Like, do I not worry about those great ones being great and just do a normal pattern, or do I need to up my patterns?
So can we talk about that right there real quick? Back that up again, Kona.
He slides back.
So how about how long he's taken to get off of this pole?
Well, let's look at his back feet if they're settled or not too. And does he half step to get out?
I think that's what he's looking for. See him asking. He knows what his horse needs. There's a little half step. Yeah. Good job, Chad. I just, so I don't hit him for that. You know, because the horse didn't vapor lock on him. It's not like the horse gave him exactly what he was asking for right there. Like that's how tuned in that horse was, and where Chad knew that horse needed to be to step off of that pole, right? I mean, I thought, because some people would be like, oh wow, he's taking so long to get off of that pole. I feel like that's what upper level trainers do right there. I think, they know that they've got control and that they can put their horses in a place where they need to be to get through that obstacle.
And I mean, that's experience too, right? I mean, just Chad experience.
That's probably the best word to describe all the many words that I just put in there is experience.
Big fat 240, score of 240, right?
Amazing.
He was first on 4 cards and third on the 1 card, but what a great round.
Who won it under the other card?
Brent.
Brad did.
Brent. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if he didn't split those 2 poles, I could have put Brent in that spot too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, his go was awesome, and I didn't know if he had any other hits or ticks or anything, and I don't know if Chad had any hits either, but
right. Well,
I got to sneeze.
Okay, we'll wait for you. You need that screen. You need that screen in front of your speaker. And did you mute yourself? What a great deal. Are you with me?
I'm still here. Hold on.
Hi, Kona. Okay. So a couple things, right? Can I tell you my schedule? That's all Jan Brunner's on here. So how about Jan Brunner? How about Silver Dollar? It's right in our back.
I know. I'm going, dude. I'm going.
Let me tell you my little schedule, okay? So Christmas Day, I'm flying to Tampa. I do Gold Coast. I do Gulf Coast. I do Fox Lee. From Fox Lee, I'm going to fly to Vegas and do Vegas, and then figure out where to go next. I don't know that's the end of January where I'm at. But.
I think you'll be making a stop to Jewett Performance Horses at some point in there.
Okay,
Since we're not getting our Christmas clinic going this year.
But I mean, I'm excited for Silver Dollar. I love the Prop Jam show, but yeah, it's.
You know what? That was a special show last year. That was the last show before COVID.
Right. And they had that new arena out by the sign, right? I'm not sure if that's the warm-up arena now, or I'm not sure what she's putting up there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So super big for that, right?
Sure.
So, and then Kathy and Scott are working for them, and Don bringing the poles and stuff like that. What a great show! Not proper show, Jan Brunner.
Well, they were sponsors of ours this year, so we're
for sure.
We're good to do that. We don't mind doing that.
Yeah. So.
Which, speaking of which, new sponsor, Dixie National. There should be some information, and we're going to have the ladies on here. I say ladies, maybe Tom Macbeth too, to talk about the show. One of these shows coming up. Tell us what's happening with the Dixie Nationals. But we Jan, we do appreciate your sponsorship and having you on here. That was fun too.
Right, perfect, excellent. What a great night. Can I talk about tomorrow? Do I get to do tomorrow?
Let's do it, dude.
Charles, are you still out there? Hi, Whitney. Well, when you're stopping at, what is Whitney saying?
I can't read that. How many glasses of wine have you had, Whitney?
How about Dixie Nationals, 12th through the 16th? Great, Laura. Thanks for telling us.
When are you stopping at La Sousa Legacy? Can we bump Jewett? No, you cannot bump Jewett, dadgummit.
Oh my God. Didn't they say that they're taking entries for Dixie Nationals today?
Yes, today is the first day. Today was the first day. So
what about Dixie National?
So what'd you say?
Great freestyle raining at Dixie National, right?
Right, like that's a historical deal, that freestyle at Dixie. That's like a historical. There's been some great freestyles that have gone there.
Oh, now Whitney's looking for her clinic too. Nice, you guys.
You'll see him in Tampa. That's your clinic. Whitney.
There you go. Well, this is a great show, the junior.
That was fun.
Congratulations, Chad. Colton from last night. Whitney, congratulations for your team for sure.
Yes.
Great job, both guys. You know, Michael Hoyt, congratulations, Brett O's, Martin, Brent Maxwell. Congratulations to all. Like I said, what a great. Again, and can I just tell you, sidebar? I keep saying the RL best is sudden. I don't know why I'm going to prop them, but there was like five of the 15 or the 20 were
RL Best is Sudden, and I'll tell you also, and it's been and he has been a sponsor of ours, but Machine Made.
Yeah.
My 3-year-old's Machine Made. The one that Brad O showed is Machine Made. So the Machine Mades are turning out to be some really good trail horses. Absolutely.
Okay,
So-
tomorrow, story for sure. Can we do type to topic and Jeep story?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So here's what we're going to do. Tim, if you haven't heard Tim's story about running his Jeep or his friend's Jeep into the lake, tomorrow we're going to be hearing that story because it is the anniversary of that happening in Louisiana. We may get a Canizaro to pop in and help out with those stories a little bit, and that's always fun when a Canizaro will pop in and talk a little bit. And then we'll have a little type of topic Thursday. And my wife actually asked, she goes, "Have you done those type of topics in a while?" I said, "No, we actually haven't." So maybe we do a little type the topic tomorrow. So join us tomorrow night.
Questions.
What?
If they want to message us, they can ask us some questions beforehand.
Yeah, for sure. Go to our Facebook page. We may have Kona put up a little flyer for it tomorrow and pop in a question there, and maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. Well, we will talk about it tomorrow night. So, yeah, for sure. Put a banner up for that tomorrow, Kona, and we'll hit any questions that pop up there.
Anybody out there going to the NFR next week?
I see some people that have extra tickets that they've been selling. So,
yeah,
if anybody needs a ticket.
I was just wondering, they're coming.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, give us some music, Kona.
Bring us home, Kona.
Bring us home, baby.
Then I got to cook some dinner for the kids.
Oh yeah, hi Kylene. Are you there too? I hope she gets the better place to stay.
Well, her and Jimmy Choo slept together.
That's what I was just gonna say. I hope she doesn't have to sleep with the dog.
Yeah, Jimmy Choo hung out with her.
Of course, that may be in the big bed because the dogs all sleep in the big bed, don't they?
Jimmy Choo got in the bed first, and then she got there, I think.
Awesome. Well, good. That was fun night tonight, Tim. It's always fun listening to you talk about how you set the courses up, and then just it's always good to pick your brain on what you think, what your opinion is on how these things are written and all that. So, thanks. Thank you everybody for watching. Stay tuned. Go to our Facebook page for sure. Type in a topic for tomorrow night, and we will cover it. It's been a great Wednesday night. Everybody have a great evening. Stay safe. Get better. I will continue to get better. I still got a head cold. I promise. It's not COVID. It's just a head cold. All right, everybody. Thank you. Way to go, Patriot Tim. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later.